All right, Darren, you're going to get us started learning to drive by giving us a guided tour of Google Drive.
Yeah. So we get our drive and sometimes we just leave it the way it is, but we really need to customize it how we want it to look and feel. And the first way we can do that is to look at our settings, because one of the things that we have here is this quick access on top. It's kind of like the YouTube, thumbnail playlist thing, and it's Google suggesting files to you. I don't like it. I don't like having it on. Some people do. This is your personal preference, but first of all, I just want you to see that this is something you can turn off where you have things above your files. So I'm going to look
Absolutely.
in my settings, and it's this one, make relevant files handy and quick access. Me personally, I don't like it. I'm going to turn that one off by unchecking that.
I don't like it either,
And
Darren. It confuses me. It makes me feel like that's my files or that's my organization and it's always changing and I never know why it was there. I like having it turned off so I decide what folders go where.
exactly. And then you can look at, so that's one thing, the quick access. I like it off. You can decide. And then how do you want your drive organized? Right here, this one's by name. And you can see it starts at B, so I don't have any A files in this drive, but you could have it reverse alphabetical. It would be a little strange. You can also have it by last modified. And this is also preference. I actually like it last modified. So it's up to you. Do you want it by name? Do you want it by the last thing that you looked at? So my last 4 or 5 things are right at the very top. That's how I organize my drive. So what do you want? Do you want to have it by name, by last modified? That's really up to you. What do you like, Trish?
I prefer mine by name because then I can always find it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I called that Techie Bestie. So I could go look in the T's and I know where to find it. So
Mm.
I personally like to set mine up with no quick access and have it sorted by name.
Awesome. So you can see it's just preference. That's what we want you to do. Now, there's also list view or grid view. Right now, I'm looking at a grid view. I can click on this one and I can get a list of my files too. So maybe that's something you want instead of having a grid view where it's pictures. Maybe you want a list of names of your files. Oh my goodness, I have lots of things, copy of. Probably have to organize that and get rid of them.
What do
And so
you
that's
like
just,
better, Darren? Do you like list view or grid view?
oh, I love the grid view.
Me
I like that
too.
a lot. Yeah. So decide, do you want that? Do you want grid view or list view? And then finally, you might see some different things here. This is my drive. These are my files and my folders. And this is shared with me. These are things that people have shared with you. These could even be things where you've been on a website that has stuff embedded that would also show up and share with me. And one thing that teachers and students alike need to remember is you don't need to organize your shared with me. It's just all these random things that you have been shared with or viewed. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about cleaning it up. But if there are things that you want in your drive, you can always add them. And you see it's even telling me, add a shortcut when you need to. So that's something we'll look at a little bit later, that you can add those shortcuts to your drive. So there is your drive organization. So now it's your turn. Look at, do you want quick access? How do you want it organized, by name or last modified? Look at the grid view or list view, and then just getting to know your shared with me versus your drive. And one important thing, don't ever touch that Google Classroom folder. We want you just to leave that folder alone.
Great tips, Darren. I love it. So if you're ready, everybody, let's try.